And they're off in the Starlet, and it was a perfect start for all. Tapped is being hustled out for the lead. Go On Mary naturally fast from the inside. Mopatism right there. So is Sandy Surprise. And the favorite American Gal is going to be packed about 5 wide as they make their way into the turn. Union Strike just 1 off the fence right now and about 5 lengths off the lead. Fact of Life is just outside of her. Abel Tasman saves ground with 8 lengths to make up. And Burned is last of the 9 as the fillies are led to the backstretch by Tapped and Kent DeSormo. And Tapped went 22-3 for a solid opening quarter mile. Tapped under a tight hold, but free running on the lead. Over a length in front right now of both Mopatism and Sandy Surprise. And American Gal, no trouble in the clear right now, and only about 2.5 lengths off the pace. Abel Tasman is 5th. She's down along the inside and covered up by Go On Mary, who's lost several lengths going to that far turn. Union Strike has to do a little bit better. She's now got 8 lengths to make up. Fact of Life is flanking her, and Burn moves down to the inside for the run into the far turn. 46-3 the half mile, and it's Tapped who's trying to see it out on the front end. Tapped there 3/4 of a length. Sandy Surprise inching ever closer to her outside. No excuses for American Gal. She's under a full out drive third, and Mopatism just in behind them and looking for racing room. Them Abel Tasman as they make the swing for home, and here comes American Gal. American Gal to the outside of Tapped to take charge as they come down the lane. Abel Tasman all out and trying to close now with the favorite American Gal, and she is making up some ground. Here comes Abel Tasman. Abel Tasman and Joe Talamo up and by American Gal inside the final 16th, and Abel Tasman will win the Starlet. American Gal was second, Mopatism third, and Tapped.
It's the Santa Ysabel live on TVG.
Mistress of the Night was off dreadfully. What commences nicely with Tappet Spooky Woods. Unique Bella comes away 4th. She's 2.5 lengths off the early lead. And in turn 3, clear of Abel Tasman, and Mistress of the Night is back last of all. Tappet has the lead. Unique Bella desperate to get off the rail. Smith pushing Spooky Woods a little bit wide, and Unique Bella now moving up second. Around the first turn, and Tappet is joined quickly by Unique Bella. Smith wasting no time in sending the favourite to the lead. Unique Bella striding away, a length and a half from Tappet. Spooky Woods is 3 lengths back third. What on the inside 4th. A gap of 4 lengths to Abel Tasman, and Mistress of the Night 6 lengths last. Unique Bella is off with a 2.5 length lead in the middle stages from Tappet. Spooky Woods is third. What 4th. Abel Tasman 5th. 12 off the leader, and 5 lengths to Mistress of the Night. Smith stringing them out. It's Unique Bella coming into the far turn by 4 lengths. Her stablemate Spooky Woods moves up second, overtaking Tappet. What is next? Abel Tasman into the 3 path, goes to a level third, but has 8 lengths to make up on Unique Bella, coming around past the 5/16th pole in the Santa Ysabel. Unique Bella by 5. Abel Tasman coming home strongly to second, overtaking Spooky Woods. Then comes What, turning for home, and Smith hasn't asked Unique Bella for anything yet. She leads 3 lengths. Left-handed whip from Talamo on Abel Tasman, and she's coming after Unique Bella. Unique Bella being tackled by Abel Tasman, and Unique Bella now feels the whip from Smith at the 16th pole, immediately responds. The threat from Abel Tasman is subsiding, and Unique Bella, after having to be livened up briefly at the 8th pole, takes the Santa Ysabel 2.5 lengths. Abel Tasman a game second. Spooky Woods 7 off third, then Mistress of the Night.
Mike Rono with the call of the Grade 1 Santa Anita Oaks.
Racing. Bernina Star had a stumbling start, and Abel Tasman was the last to hit the ground, goes back 3 or 4 lengths behind the second last horse. It's Paradise Woods Princess Karen disputing the early lead. From Mopatism, It Is Well, Bernina Star, Majestic Quality crossing to the rail 6th, and 3 lengths to Abel Tasman. 7/8 left to go, and Paradise Woods heads to a clear-cut lead. Princess Karen running second. They're the most lightly raced pair in the field, each rising sharply in distance, and they are 1-2 onto the back stretch, with Mopatism third, It Is Well 4th, 1 off the rail. 2.5 lengths then to the maiden Majestic Quality. Abel Tasman on the move, now splitting horses in that rearward trio, with Bernina Star camped out 3 wide, past the 5/8 pole, and Paradise Woods from Princess Karen. Then Mopatism, It Is Well, Bernina Star out wide from Abel Tasman, 4.5 off the lead. and Majestic Quality trails at the halfway point. It's Paradise Woods a length and a quarter, Princess Karen second, then comes Bernina Star out wide on the track around It Is Well and Mopatism, a line of three sharing third, 2.5 lengths then to the last couple, Majestic Quality, and Abel Tasman's dropped out again. At the 5/16 pole, Paradise Woods a length and a half, from in second position Princess Karen, who's joined either side by Bernina Star and Mopatism, then Majestic Quality in the green cap from It Is Well, and Abel Tasman on the extreme outside, getting forced very wide, 8 lengths off the lead. Paradise Woods has slipped away by 6 lengths. The others are in a line at the 8th pole, with Abel Tasman running home fairly well into second. But the masterful Mandela has produced Paradise Woods at start number 3 to a dazzling victory in the Santa Anita Oaks. She wins by a dozen lengths from Abel Tasman, third between Mopatism and It Is Well.
And they're off in the Kentucky Oaks. And Jordan Tenney bounces out on top. Paradise Woods toward the inside. Farrell's there too. Miss Sky Warrior on the far outside is sent out after that lead. Bias the first time. Paradise Woods out to set the pace. Miss Sky Warrior right there running in second. Farrell gets a good spot, tucking in behind to be third in the early going. Sailor's Valentine is racing in fourth. Jordan Tenney is down inside fifth. Mopatism is running along in sixth. Tequilita 3 wide on that first turn in seventh. Lockdown is inside racing in eighth. Another 2 lengths back to Vexatious, who's now ninth. Ever So Clever is 10th. That is Little Darlin is 11th. Salty 3 wide around that first turn racing in 12th. Just at a Wicked Lick, who's 13th. And Abel Tasman's the last of them all. Down the backstretch, 22 and 3/5 seconds in the slop at Churchill Downs today. And Paradise Woods is the leader, but she's having to work hard as Miss Sky Warrior presses this pace right along. They go by the half-mile pole together, and they are now 5 lengths clear of Farrell, who's asked to pick it up from third. 5 more lengths back to Sailors Valentine and Jordan Tenney. They're running together fourth and fifth. Lockdown's under pressure while sixth. Vexatious is launching a rally from seventh. Mopatism is eighth. Salty trying to get going out of ninth. Abel Tasman on the far outside is 10th and winding up as they round the far turn. The half was 46-1. And here's Miss Sky Warrior. Miss Sky Warrior takes charge off the turn. Paradise Woods is under pressure but has lost the lead. Abel Tasman's roaring down the center of the track. Vexatious is also there. Lockdown's trying to find a seam toward the inside. 1 furlong to go. And Abel Tasman has gone from last to first in the Oaks with 1 furlong left. Vexatious fights on. Lockdown coming up the rail. Daddy's Little Darling's got a shot. 100 yards to go. Abel Tasman in front. A final try from Daddy's Little Darling. Abel Tasman from last to first in the Oaks. Over Daddy's Little Darling, Lockdown, and Vexatious.
They're off in the Acorn. Union Strike bobbled coming out of the gate. And it will be Florida Fabulous sent for the lead on the inside. Banner Island is out well, too. Nikki My Darling is up and on the pace, and Sweet Loretta to the outside of them. And then comes Salty. Union Strike trying to recover. And Abel Tasman, the Kentucky Oaks winner, with her late-running style, has left the field well in front of her here. She's 12 lengths off the lead through a 23.32 opening quarter. A sensible first fraction for Florida Fabulous, leading them up the backstretch by a length. Nikki My Darling is second. Sent through on the inside is Sweet Loretta, while Banner Island is 3 deep, racing toward that half-mile pole. And then it's Union Strike, followed by Salty. Abel Tasman still last, but closer. 7 off the lead now. Into the far turn, the half-mile up in 46.79 seconds. And it is Florida Fabulous and Banner Island, and they're stride for stride on the lead. Sweet Loretta's 2 lengths off of them. Then Nikki My Darling on the outside. Salty is sent along wide. Abel Tasman is coming now. And Abel Tasman saves a bit of ground here. Coming through an opening on the inside. She got through. What a dream run here. Abel Tasman with a rush has gotten through at the top of the stretch. Mike Smith rode the rail with her, and she has taken the lead in the Acorn. Salty tries to run with her on the outside. Banner Island is third. Sweet Loretta fourth. It is Banner Island who has dropped back. It is final furlong, Abel Tasman and Salty coming down to the line together, and it is Abel Tasman with a rail skimming ride by Mike Smith to win the Acorn. Salty was second, Banner Island was third, and Sweet Loretta finished fourth. The final time was 1 minute 35.37 seconds. She's backed off a bit here. 5-2 second choice right now behind Abel Tasman, who's at 4-5. Salty is in now. We're ready for the start. They're all in line. They're off in the Coaching Club American Oaks, and Salty did not have a good start at all. Abel Tasman was a bit slow into stride, but Salty will be last and behind her as they make their way for the turn. So it's going to be Elate who ends up on top. Right alongside is Summerluck, and these two now Summerluck will take the lead. Elate will sit back. Burned is running in third on the outside. Break of another 3 to Daddy's Little Darling, and then it's Corporate Queen. Abel Tasman settles into second position, last position early on as they head toward the backstretch and races 7 lengths off the lead ahead of slow starting Salty. The first quarter was 23.81 seconds. Up the backstretch they go. Summerluck is the leader. Abel Tasman is moving now. Mike Smith with an early bold move on the outside takes the lead here in the Coaching Club American Oaks. He waits no longer. He has sent Abel Tasman bursting to the front up the backstretch. Summerluck on the inside is running in second. Burned is third, Elate behind them. Daddy's Little Darling, and then Salty and Corporate Queen. The half was 48.83 seconds. There's a half mile to go. And it's Abel Tasman a neck in front. Summerluck on the inside clings to her in second. These two head around the far turn together. And then it's Burned in third. Elate is fourth. Salty is beginning her bid on the far outside, going by Daddy's Little Darling, and here she comes. And here she comes with a bold move on the extreme outside with Abel Tasman to catch. 3/4, 113.92, and they're into the stretch. Abel Tasman in front off the turn. Salty went wide. She's on the far outside. Elate is coming up the rail. Here comes Elate. Through on the inside to challenge Abel Tasman. Salty's in the center of the track. Abel Tasman and Elate come past the 16th pole. Abel Tasman, Elate giving her a run for her money as they hit the wire. Abel Tasman has won it by a head. Elate was second, Salty third, Burned fourth in 1 minute 51.74 seconds in a thrilling Coaching Club American Oaks.
On Cotillion live from Parks.
Well, Pete, thank you very much. Abel Tasman goes in. Expected short price here. She is 3-5. See what kind of run she gets into the first turn. Salty now into that last stall on the far outside. We're ready for the Grade 1 Cotillion Stakes. They're in the gate. And they're off. It Tiswell starts well. Lockdown is there on the inside. Here comes Thirst for the Cup. Those 3 across the track with 1 lap to go. Sideway moving up 3 wide. Mopatism in between horses. Proud and Fearless down to the inside. And it's farther back to Teresa Z. She'll be 7th here in the early going. Actress is down inside running at 8th. Abel Tasman is in between horses to the back of the pack. Just to her outside is Salty. And Stefan drops out last of the 3-year-old fillies as they get set for the run up the backstretch. 23-1 was the first quarter mile. And Lockdown finds herself on the lead. A bit of a surprise here. It's locked down by just over a length. It Tiswell will stint that stalking trip. She's second on the outside. Proud and Fearless is covered up. She's down inside third. First for the Cup is fourth. Mopatism in mid back, and here comes Mike Smith early on the inside with Abel Tasman, and he is just shooting on through on the inside. Look at Abel Tasman as they run to the half-mile pole. 47-1 for the half, and Abel Tasman down to engage Lockdown with 3.5 furlongs to go. It Tiswell on the outside third. Proud and Fearless being ridden to keep up. Mopatism is fifth, about 4 lengths off the lead. Actress trying to get involved down inside. Actress is now racing in the 6th position, and she's up within 4 lengths of the lead. As they come to the quarter pole, the battle joined between Lockdown and Abel Tasman. Abel Tasman and Lockdown head-to-head for the lead. It Tiswell is poised on the outside as the fillies turn for home. Abel Tasman down at the inside, Lockdown, and here comes It Tiswell. 3 of them are right together with 1 furlong to go. Abel Tasman on the inside. It Tiswell has taken the lead. It Tiswell is now in front with a 16 to go. Lockdown, Abel Tasman on the inside. It will be It Tiswell's day today. It Tiswell's got it by 2. Abel Tasman was second. Lockdown was third.
Fired up. 23-year-old jockey, Drayden Van Dyke, teaming up with Jerry Hollendorfer. Hollendorfer, who won this race last year with Songbird, strikes in the 20.
And here's Romantic Vision and Brian Hernandez Jr. going into line. They're all in line, ready for a start. They're off in the Longines Breeders' Cup Distaff. Abel Tasman broke near the back of the field as Champagne Room comes out quickly. On the outside is Paradise Woods. And then it's Stellar Wind down toward the inside. Mopetism and Romantic Vision. Elite is right behind them as they make their way toward that first turn. Then Forever Unbridled. And Mike Smith and Abel Tasman will have to come from last in the Distaff. They're a good 9 lengths off of Champagne Room, who's the early leader going around that first turn. Champagne Room on top here and in the clear by a length and a half. Paradise Woods on the outside running along in second. Stellar Wind is third and tucked in as they head to the backstretch. Elite and Jose Ortiz outside of horses. They're 3 lengths behind at this stage. Mopetism follows in fifth. The break of another 2. And then comes Forever Unbridled. And now she's 5 lengths off the lead and beginning to move up outside of horses. Then Romantic Vision. Abel Tasman has been controlled so far. She just went by Romantic Vision and she's 6.5 lengths behind under Mike Smith as Champagne Room continues to lead them along up the backstretch. Paradise Woods and Ekbeck in second. Outside of those two, Elite with a perfect run third, just outside the pacemakers. Stellar Wind coming under a ride from Victor Espinoza. And then Mopetism alongside. John Velasquez and Forever Unbridled are on the move now, and here they come with a 4-wide bid, and suddenly they've gone by Elite, and Jose Ortiz is really pumping on her to go, and Mike Smith is asking a ton of run here from Abel Tasman. She's got to get going. Forever Unbridled has made a bid for the lead as they come to the top of the stretch, and Paradise Woods fights on from the inside. Abel Tasman is trying to come on, and here she is on the far outside. Not Elite today. It is Forever Unbridled. Abel Tasman charging but running out of time. Forever Unbridled's gonna do it. Forever Unbridled has won the Breeders' Cup Distaff over Abel Tasman. Paradise Woods was third. Elite and for Unbridled wins for Dallas Stewart in the Longines Breeders' Cup Distaff.
Fred Hertrick.
They're off in the Ogden Phipps. Pacific Wind comes out running. On the outside, Unchained Melody and Ivy Bell from the rail. These 3 out to the early lead together. A break of another 2.5 lengths back to Abel Tasman, who's surrounded early on by Unbridled, Mo, and Burned on the outside. Up the backstretch, and it's Ivy Bell up to grab the lead from Unchained Melody as they race by the opening quarter mile in 23.58 seconds. And there goes Abel Tasman now. Abel Tasman is making an early bid on the outside of Ivy Bell. Abel Tasman and Mike Smith have taken the lead now in the early stages of the Ogden Phipps. Ivy Bell is running in second. Unchained Melody is third. Then Pacific Wind and Unbridled Mo, and they're all right together with Burn trailing about 4.5 lengths off of Abel Tasman, who's run 46.36 for a half mile. And they're moving into the far turn, a half mile to go. Abel Tasman 3/4 of a length. Pacific Wind on the outside, second. Unbridled Mo, third outside of Ivy Bell. Unchained Melody giving her a cue, so too Burned on the outside. Abel Tasman about to be taken on here by Pacific Wind as they arrive at the top of the stretch, 3/4 in 110.05, and they're into the stretch, and it is Abel Tasman yet to be set down here, trying to shake away from Pacific Wind and Ivy Bell, who's down toward the inside. Unbridled Mo is in the center trying to make a bid, and then comes Unchained Melody, but Abel Tasman's running away from them here. Abel Tasman and Mike Smith far too good, and they're pouring it on late. A spectacular performance in the Ogden Phipps by Abel Tasman. She won it by 7 lengths over Ivy Bell, then Unbridled Mo and Pacific Wind. They're off in the personal ensign, and Farrell had a great beginning. She goes straight out to the front. She takes heart, is sent along after her. Elite is on the far outside, a bit wide into that first turn, and Wildcat goes up into the mix too, while Mike Smith keeps Abel Tasman on the fence, just in behind the front runners into that turn. The trailer is furiously kissed. So around the clubhouse turn in the personal ensign, and She Takes Heart will take the initiative here, scampering off to lead after a 23.31 opening quarter mile. She's got a 3-length lead, and Farrell will let her do it, and Abel Tasman moves through on her inside now, and now they're head and head, second and third. Break of another 2.5 to a late, racing to the inside of Wildcat. Furiously kissed is the trailer, and Abel Tasman's gonna take on She Takes Heart. Abel Tasman pokes her neck in front. She Takes Heart on the inside is second. Farrell just a length and a half off of them. Elite will sit the rail in fourth after a 46.62 half. The pace has been an honest one here with a half mile to run. Wildcats in a good stalking spot in fifth. Furiously Kissed trails. Around the far turn, Abel Tasman now by a length and a half. Farrell into later right behind. Wildcat's going to move up on the outside. Take over fourth from She Takes Heart, who's had enough. Then Furiously Kissed. 3/4 in 110.26. Abel Tasman is the leader as they come to the top of the stretch. And here comes Elite after her. And the two of them hook up again in the personal ensign. Abel Tasman put to a drive. Elite takes it to her with a furlong to run. They are nose to nose, stride for stride. Abel Tasman and Mike Smith, Elite and Jose Ortiz. Who's it gonna be? Abel Tasman determined. Elite can't get by. Here's the wire. Oh, Abel Tasman did it. She won it by a neck over Elite. It was 7 lengths back to Wildcat and Furiously Kissed in a final time of 1 minute 47.19 seconds. What a personal ensign.